Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. I don't know. This is the pregame show to the pregame, which will be a show I don't do until Tuesday night. But I needed to test my video with Spreaker and my YouTube, and I'm trying to see if everything works on the same machine. I'm trying to get down to where I'm just using one machine like everybody else. F all this equipment. And if you're on YouTube watching, which I don't know anybody would, because I don't think the link's anywhere, but because I'm just kind of doing this for fun. Probably if you go to A Fantasy Fan, all one word, on YouTube, you may see it there. Like I said, I really don't know how it works. Actually, I want to see, first of all, well, again, there's nobody out there, so I don't know. But because I'm recording this and playing it, I'm going to see if my intro works. So I'm actually going to act like I'm starting. So all of you, just be quiet, like we're starting right now.
I'm a fan of fantasy, so I listen to Easy and Alan on their Just a Fantasy Fan podcast. During the show, you can live chat with Easy and Alan at LennyMelnickFantasySports.com. Rumour has it, Lenny only swings one way, with Launch Angle. Now here's Easy and Chris Allen.
Right, Easy and Chris Allen. All right, so the intro played. Don't know if recorded. No one in the chat room, so I don't know if anybody heard it. I did put the link up there for the YouTube. And yes, Andrea got me hooked on some damn cam thing, which I can play with. But I do make one damn handsome overlord. And I don't even know much about this, but I sure want to be an overlord. So I'm not even sure if an overlord is what I am, but I'm calling myself an overlord. So there we go. So I am testing my video and my audio just to see. I wanted to see if my intros worked. I did get away, or I'm testing without my soundboard, so I can use the Spreaker soundboard. Again, the old way, or when the software was older and I first tested it, there was no real way to your guest couldn't hear it. So I don't know if that, again, I don't have a guest right now. I'm using so much new equipment now from when I tested it back in the day. So I'm hoping when I play my intros and clips, people will hear that when I get to that test for the roundtable on Tuesday night at 10 o'clock at the Legend Sports Network. So that tests that. And again, I'm telling you, I am one handsome overlord. I am going to hit the play button right now in the chat room to see if anything's coming through. So if you hear me twice, that's just what I'm doing. Or I may not talk at all. Just it says I'm live. When I click on it, though, nothing's happening. So I don't know what that means. Anybody? I'm in the chat room. I click play and nothing happens. So I don't know if that means no, the little bars are moving. So it looks like something's coming on. It says Spreakertest with video. That'd be me. But because I'm doing it on the same machine. Hell, I don't know, but I can't hear myself. So let me go down here and click my YouTube and see maybe that, see if anything's at least coming through on that end. Anybody? I'm in the chat room. There we go. I click play and nothing happens. So now you're probably hearing two of me, and you're going to hear this repeated. No, the little bars are moving, so it looks like something's coming on. And again, you can see I'm one damn handsome overlord. With video, that'd be me. That's what I got to say. Or if it's not an overlord, maybe because I'm doing it on the same machine. Hell, I don't know. I can't hear myself. So let me go down here and click my YouTube and see. Maybe that. So the YouTube's working. See if I'll pause that. Because I don't need that anymore. That was in the chat room. Like I said, when I click on play on the player, I don't get anything. Sure shows live. I am using, just for my reference, on that page, I'm using Internet Explorer. So let me shut that down. So I won't be in the chat room for a second. I'm shutting the chat room down. I'm going to open up the chat room in Internet Explorer or on Chrome now. Let me see if that makes a difference. Lenny Melnick, fantasysports.com. Bear with me. Oh, I noticed when I move real drastic, my pretty Lord stuff goes away. So you'll just see my pretty Buckeye shirt. I am a much handsomer Lord. All right. Now I'm in Internet Explorer or Chrome. Still shows pretty Lord stuff goes away. So you'll just see my pretty Okay, that's not me. That is so I wonder if that's part of the deal. The Spreaker or the embedded player right now did not work with Internet Explorer when I'm in Google Chrome though, which is what I'm typed in. Now that's what's playing. I am a much handsomer Lord. So all right, now I'm in Internet Explorer or Chrome. Still shows. All right, pretty Lord now, stuff goes away. So you'll just see my pretty. Okay, that's not me. That is. So I wonder if that's part of the deal. The Spreaker or the embedded player. All right, see, so right that's now, just me, right? Being recorded, so it is coming through. I don't seem like quite a bit of delay. And if anyone knows, if I refresh, I just want to make sure because the other day when I did this with the Spreaker thing, it started the show not live. Let me see now. Like quite a bit of delay. And if anyone knows, if I refresh, I just want to make sure because the other day when I did this with the Spreaker thing, it's just I think about a 10 started the show 20-second delay live. Then, probably similar to the Mixer delay then. So for you other podcasters, that'll tell you. You know, before you hit this, if anyone knows, stop. If I refresh, I just want to make sure because the stop button, the people in the chat room will stop hearing you right away. I think started the show 20-second delay. I'll try that here in a minute. I'll talk and just turn it all off, and then when I play it, so for you other podcasters, that'll tell you. You know, before you hit this, stop. All right, there, I turned that off. So that seems to be working, but just letting you know, it did not allow me to play within Internet Explorer. I do usually use Chrome, but I've learned Chrome's a pretty heavy browser. Now it used to be didn't use a lot of resources. Now it does. So when I'm going to be on one machine with multiple things going on, in this case, Spreaker, streaming, the website for the chat room, I try to open up Windows as many as I can in Internet Explorer because actually now Internet Explorer is not as heavy on resources as what Chrome is. Now in the future, I'm pretty sure from what I've heard, Chrome is going to be using or Internet Explorer is going to be using the Chrome engine anyway, so it's not going to matter. But no, so far it does seem to be working. The YouTube seems to be working. I wish I had someone in the chat room that could log in with me so that I could test the some of my sound stuff to make sure you're all receiving, so people online with me can get both my my sound and my thing. See, because I got a feeling we're going to hear a lot of these effects. I haven't updated mine yet because I never used them. But just a little tip, I guess. As a network, if we're all using the same ones, I think it'll get a little old. But those are editable. You can edit your own clips and put them up there. And that way, if you want your own, little shorts or noises or sounds, I don't know, a creepy button or, FUAA, anything like that. You could, those 9 buttons are interchangeable and you can put your own things in there. And I think as a network, our shows won't sound like we're all using the same stuff. If we're all, kind of mixing up. Now, to be honest, some of those little noisemaker things are copyrighted, believe it or not. So you might want to double check, make sure whatever you're going to be using for your podcast now, they are, you don't have copyright issues and all that. Which also, I guess, maybe I'll bring up and I'll be curious. I know, like I said, Andrea's not out there or anybody. And I try to stay away from anything that might be copyrighted, even though on Lenny's network, I know people have done it. Some people play music and all that. And because of that network, I don't think we run into too much trouble. But now if you're going to be running through Spreaker and you're going to set up the RSS feeds and everything, so, so that you can be on iTunes and some of the other, the other features that we're now going to get with, with using Spreaker, which to me is all good. The more places people can find us, the better. But that being said, the downfall with that is all of those places that are going to make us more, there's a special word, but more findable. What a word, findable. If you're on iTunes and Spotify and some of these things that we're going to be able to do now with Spreaker, they are really, really picky, and even YouTube, about you using copyrighted material. They will pull your podcast down, your show down, and if it happens too many times, they'll block it. So people, be careful now. I think I could be wrong. Maybe there's a something that, Andrea will tell me, no, it's not an issue, but I personally would recommend, until we find out, not using copyrighted music or, anything that, and I know there's people out there that will say, well, if I only use 10 seconds or this and that. To be honest, none of that is true. You can't use any of it without the rights of the writer and publisher. So just letting you know, like I said, my intro music was done for me by an individual, so it's not copyrighted. But like I said, even some of these special effects that you use, if you get them some spots, they are, copyrighted. Believe it or not, I think it's like the Jeopardy one is a pretty common one that people will do. And I think at some point that was copyrighted, and you got, but there's out there, and some are free, some are cheap. I've gotten on some some sites where the material was not copyrighted and even paid a little bit sometimes to be able to download a few things. But I think that's probably it for me. Like I said, I just got on here to test. Obviously no one else in the chat room. It's a Sunday afternoon at 11. I know most of us are probably setting our lineups and doing stuff. So, that's fine. Like I said, I'll be curious when I play it back, I guess, since no one was out there to tell me I sound marvelous. And again, I do love my video. Like I said, I am definitely a pretty awesome warlord. And again, I want to be warlord easy. So an easy kill now actually fits, right? Easy kill is a warlord, and that's who, I don't know, maybe people would watch a fantasy talk show with Easy as a warlord. We'll have to try that later and find out. I'm going to play here. Probably way too loud based on what I just saw, but that's because my intros and extras and exit O's, intros and exit aren't, I don't have my volume set up on them to be the same as the other sounds, but I will play myself out. Like I said, it looks like the video's working. Looks everything. The only thing I couldn't test today is someone else being on with me just to make sure they can hear things and that we're good to go. I think I'm ready for the round table. We'll at least try, me and Chris. So the round table Tuesday night, 10 o'clock. Always some fun topics, always some regulars. And every once in a while we have a random guest or two. I'm sure we'll be talking, a little bit of everything. Like I said, if you've ever been on the round table or listened to round table, topics are, we just kind of go with it, and we go from there. Thanks everybody or thanks anybody. Who the hell would even know if you were listening at all. This has been Easy Kill at a Fantasy Fan at the Lenny Melnick FantasySports.com Legend Sports Network. Testing, getting ready so that I'm ready for the big switch over tomorrow. Everybody, I said, hope you can hear the exit music. But I'm out.
This has been Just a Fantasy Fan podcast. And to keep your fantasies going, follow us at justafantasyfan.com. Say good night. Good night.